So now in 8th grade you cannot get anything easier than this, okay. So this is, I think, the most easy question in this chapter maybe, okay. NCERT is very, what can you say, kind hearted, right? Hi friends, welcome to the new video. In this video we are going to do question number 4 and question number 5 of exercise 14.3 factorization, okay. So without wasting any time, let's start the first question. What is the first question? First question is 5 multiplied by 2x plus 1 multiplied by 3x plus 5 whole divided by, we have to divide this term by 2x plus 1. So now in 8th grade you cannot get anything easier than this, okay. So this is, I think, the most easy question in this chapter maybe, okay. So see, it's like this. You have a into b into c in the numerator and you have c in the denominator. So what will you do? You will just cut the c part and this will be your answer, right? So it's almost similar to that. So how can we do this? You can see that the 2x plus 1 bracket is same. So this 2x plus 1 bracket gets cancelled and this is our final answer, 5 multiplied by 3x plus 5. So you cannot get more easy question than this, right? So now NCERT is very, what can you say, kind hearted, right? Okay, so 26 multiplied by xy multiplied by x plus 5 multiplied by y minus 4 divided by, second question we are writing here, 13x multiplied by y minus 4. So again you can see that y minus 4 bracket is getting cancelled. There is one x in the numerator and one in the denominator. So x also gets cancelled. So what remains? We will solve it in the next step. Okay, there is only one thing to solve now actually. 23 into y into x plus 5 divided by 13. So 13 and 26 we can solve. 13 times 1 is 13. 13 twos are 26. So this is our final answer, friends, 2y multiplied by x plus 5. So this is our final answer for second question. So now we are going to solve the question number 3. So it is 52 PQR multiplied by, first bracket is P plus Q, second is Q plus R, and the third is R plus P whole divided by, it is 104 times of PQ multiplied by 2 brackets Q plus R and R plus P. Now I am hopeful that many of you must have understood how to solve this, right? So R plus P bracket gets cancelled, one P in the numerator and denominator gets cancelled, one Q in the numerator and denominator gets cancelled, again Q plus R bracket gets cancelled, and what about this 52 and 104? 52 ones are 52, 52 twos are 104. So in one step only you get the final answer, R into P plus Q, and what remains in the denominator is only 2. So this is our final answer. See friends, although the question was looking a long one, but it was very easy to solve. So that brings us to question number 4 now. So we are going to solve question number 4. Question 4 is 20 multiplied by y plus 4 multiplied by y square plus 5y plus 3 whole divided by 5 into bracket y plus 4. Now if you have seen earlier videos in 14.2, we had solved this type of question, factorize y square plus 5y plus 3. If the question was y square plus 5y plus 4, then we could have solved it further. What do we do? I'm just going to I'm not going to explain in detail. Okay, we have done this type of questions in the previous video. So if any of you have any doubt how to solve this quadratic polynomial, then please go to the video of exercise 14.2. The link is in the description box below. Okay, so if it is like this, what do we do? It's in the standard form. So this is the standard form, ax square plus bx plus c. So what do? We multiply the first and the last term. 4 ones are 4. Okay, now we find the pairs whose multiplication is 4. 2 twos are 4, 4 ones are 4. Only one pair is common. One pair is our important pair. One pair is the answer. If you add the numbers in that pair, or if you subtract the numbers in that pair, you will get the middle term as the answer. That pair is important for us. That is our answer. Okay, so here 4 plus 1 will be 5. So 4 and 1 is the pair for us. So how would we solve this? Y square plus 4y plus 1y plus 4. We will keep the last term and the first term as it is. 5y we will keep as 4y plus 1y. I had told you two rules by which you will never get wrong while giving the signs here. Okay, so please go through that video to get the two rules here. Now what we do, in the first two terms, y square can be written as y into y, 4y can be written as 4 into y, plus third term is 1 into y, and the last term is 4 ones are 4. So what can I take common in the first two terms? I can take y. So what remains is y plus 4. What about the last two terms? What can I take common? It's 1. So when I take 1 common, what remains is again y plus 4. These two brackets must be same. So now this is the first bracket of our answer, and y plus 1, the terms which were outside, is the second bracket. So this is our answer, but we can solve this only when it is 4 in the last term, right? But here it is, this is the method by which we solve it. Okay, but in our question it is y square plus 5y plus 3, so it is a quadratic polynomial. But if you try to solve it, so first step is multiply the first and the last term. So multiplication is 3 ones are 3. So we have to find the terms whose multiplication is 3. So it is only one pair. If you add or subtract the numbers, you don't get the middle term 5, right? So we cannot simplify this quadratic polynomial, at least in grade 8. Okay, so we have to keep it as it is. We don't have to solve. Now then what do we have to solve then? Only one bracket is getting cancelled, y plus 4, and 5 ones are 5, 5 fours are 20. So we get the final answer again only in one step, 4 multiplied by y square plus 5y plus 3. So friends, that brings us to the last question of this question number 4. So question number 5 is the last question for us. X multiplied by x plus 1, x plus 2, x plus 3 divided by x into x plus 1. You cannot get anything easier than this, right? So x gets cancelled, x plus 1 gets cancelled, and what remains is x plus 2, x plus 3. This is the final answer. So friends, we move on to solve question number 5 now. Question 5, first question. Okay. So now the first question is y square plus 7y plus 10 divided by y plus 5. Now what is the numerator? Numerator is a quadratic polynomial y square plus 7y plus 10. So now we have solved these type of questions earlier in exercise 14.2. So we are going to do the similar manner. So first what we do, we check whether the given equation is of this form. Okay, this is the standard form. So first term must be of y square. Variable can be anything. Okay, x square, y square, p square, z square, anything. A, B, C are the numbers, real numbers. It can be any number in place of A, B and C. B and C can be negative also. So for example, our equation can be like this also. Okay, these two terms can be negative also, no problem. So if our equation is like this, it is in standard form, so we start solving it. Then we multiply the first and last. This is our first step. So 10 ones are 10. Now we have to find the pairs whose multiplication will be 10. So it is 5 twos are 10, 10 ones are 10. Now out of these two pairs, one pair is our answer. If you add or subtract the numbers in that pair, you should get the middle term as the answer. So if you add 5 and 2, you get 7, right? So this pair is our answer. Now how do we solve this? We keep the first and last term as it is. We have done these type of questions in detail in 14.2, friends. Okay. So how do we solve this? We keep the first and last term as it is, and the two rules I have told you. The first rule, if the last term is positive, if the last term is positive, give the sign of middle term to both the numbers. So both the numbers 5y and 2y will have the sign of middle term, okay? And if the last term is negative, then we give the sign of middle term to bigger number only. Okay, these are the two rules. So now what we did, we wrote the first term and last term as it is, and in place of the middle term plus 7y, we have written plus 5y plus 2y. You know that the answer remains the same, plus 7y only, right? Now what we do? Y square will be written as y into y, 5y is 5 into y plus 2y as it is, and 10 I am going to write as 5 times of 2. So now in the first two terms we can take y common. So if I take y common, what remains in the bracket is y plus 5. And what about the last two terms? What can I take common? It is 2. What is the sign? Plus. So if I take 2 common plus 2, what remains in the bracket is y plus 5. I have told you, if you get these two brackets same, that means consider that your answer is right. Write that bracket once and write the terms which were outside in the next bracket. So it will be y plus 2 in the second bracket. So this is the answer of our numerator. We have factorized the numerator. So now what we are going to do? We are going to put the values. Okay, putting values. So what was the question? Question was y square plus 7y plus 10 divided by y plus 5. So now we have already found out the factors of this y plus 5, y plus 2 are the factors of numerator, and y plus 5 we cannot do anything about it, right? So now what happens? Y plus 5 bracket is same in numerator and denominator, so it gets cancelled, and our final answer is then y plus 2. So this is our final answer, friends. I am going to tell you how can we factorize this y square plus 7y plus 10 directly to this y plus 5, y plus 2 without doing any of this step, okay? But I am not going to tell you just now, because I want you to understand the steps. I want you to know how to factorize. You should do it step by step. And when you have mastered these steps also, then for example, if you have an MCQ, at that time you don't need to do these steps, no? So you should also know how to write the direct answer. So I am going to tell you direct answers as well, but not at this moment, okay? So this is our final answer, friends, for the first question. Yes, friend. So we move on to do the second question now. It is m square minus 14m minus 32 divided by m plus 2. Again, the numerator m square minus 14m minus 32. It is of the standard form. So we are going to multiply the first and last term. 32 ones are 32. I am going to find the numbers whose multiplication is 32. So 16 times 2 is 32, 8 times 4 is 32, 32 ones are 32. Am I missing any number here? No, that's all. These three are the pairs. Now, out of these three, one pair is our answer. If we add or subtract the numbers in that pair, we should get middle term. Okay. So if we subtract 16 and 2, we get 14. That means this is our important pair. All other pairs are of no use to us. Okay. So now how we are going to solve this? We are going to write the first term and the last term as it is without changing the sign also. Now Here the last term is negative, so we use that second rule. Okay, if the last term is negative, then give the sign of the middle term to bigger number only, to only the bigger number. Now you have to write minus 16 and plus 2. So you can write plus 2 first and minus 16 afterwards, or if you want to write first minus 16, you can do that also. Okay. So I am going to write minus 16m first and then plus 2m. Okay. Now we just have to take common now. First term I will write as m into m, 16m as 16 into m. Then this 2 and 32 I am going to write as 2 into m and 32 as 2 into 16. Now what is it that I can take common in the first two terms? I can take m common, right? So if I take m common, what will remain in the bracket is this m minus 16. And what about the last two terms? What can we take common from the last two terms? It is 2. What is the sign? Plus. So again, what remains in the bracket if we take plus 2 common? M minus 16. So what is our answer for the numerator? Okay, only the numerator, factors. M minus 16 in one bracket and the terms which were outside in the another bracket, m plus 2. So this is our answer for the numerator, right? What if you had written this minus 16m afterwards and plus 2m first? Would that make something different, the answer? Let's see. Okay, what now I am going to do? I am going to write this plus 2m first and then the minus 16m. Okay, because some students might have the confusion that, sir, what will happen if I write plus 2m first and minus 16m later? Will there be some change in the method? So let's see. There will be just a little bit of change. Okay, so m square, I am going to write m square as m into m, 2m as 2 into m. Now 16 and 32, they are divisible, both numbers are divisible by 1, 2, 4, 8 and 16. So what is the greatest number which divides both of these numbers? 16. So this is where many students make mistake. They use the table of 4 or 8 and then they don't get the bracket same, which they should always. So we have to use the greatest table, 16 into m and 32 as 16 into 2. We cannot use the table of 4 or 8 or any other table. Okay. So now in the first two terms I can take m common. So if I take m common, what will remain in the bracket will be, now pay attention, it will be m plus 2, and what if I take 16 common from the last two? I can take 16 only, right? Now the first mistake what the students make many times is, first thing they don't give the sign here. Okay, so this is a common mistake. You have to give the sign of third term whatever it is, and the next mistake, what remains in the bracket, they see it is m minus 2 and they write m minus 2 here. This is the second mistake they make. So I have told you to do the magic here. What is that magic? Whatever sign is there in the first bracket, just give it in the second bracket. I have told you. I have also told you the reason why we are doing this, because when we take negative common, we have to change the sign of the term which is inside the bracket. We have to change the sign, but we forget it many times. So that's why I have told you to do the magic. Whatever sign is in the first term, give it in the second term. Okay, so see, this is our first bracket, m plus 2, which is same now, and which terms are outside the bracket? M minus 16. So we have got the same two factors again. Now we have to put the values. Putting values, so we are going to putting values now. We are going to put values m square minus 14m plus, no, it's minus 32, m square minus 14m minus 32 divided by m plus 2. So what are the factors of the numerator? It is m plus 2 into m minus 16, and what was the denominator? M plus 2. So m plus 2 bracket gets cancelled, and so friends, this is our final answer for this question number 2, m minus 16. I hope you are getting this, right? So friend, now we come to question number 3. Let's see how is this question 3. 5p square minus 25p plus 20. It is divided by p minus 1. Again, we are going to solve the numerator. 5p square minus 25 plus 20. Now, say this is also quadratic equation. We know what is the standard form of quadratic equation, ax square plus bx plus c. That is, it can be of this form, 3x square minus 6x plus 8, standard form, right? So now we can start directly solving the question. But it will be easier for us if we can take something common from all the 3 terms here. Is it possible? Yes. 5 I can take common, I can write 5p square as 5 into p square, 25p as 5 5s and with p as it is, and 20 as 5 4s. If I can write it like this, I can take 5 common, right? So if I take 5 common, what will be the quadratic form then? P square minus 5p plus 4. See, it is p square here minus 5p plus 4. So now I am going to solve this quadratic polynomial. Okay. So what is the first term in the bracket with p square? What is the coefficient? It was nothing. That means it is 1. So forget about this 5. We have to just write it as it is. We have taken 5 common. And we have to solve that bracket, quadratic polynomial. So 4 times of 1 is 4. So we have to find pairs whose multiplication is 4. So 4 1s are 4 is 1 pair, 2 2s are 4 is 1 pair. Out of these 2 pairs, 1 pair is our answer. If you add or subtract the terms in that pair, you should get the middle term as the answer. So 4 and 1, if we add, we will get 5. So 4 and 1 is our pair. So now, how do we solve this further? What we do is, I am going to write, we have to just copy that 5 as it is, okay? Write the first term and last term as they are. See, without changing anything, keep the signs also same. And now use the first tool. If the last term is positive, give the sign of middle term to both the numbers. So we have to write it as minus 4p minus 1p. And now we are going to solve this further. Okay. So now we just have to take common. What can I take common in the first 2 terms? Okay, p square I am going to write as p into p, 4p as 4 into p, 1p as 1 into p, and 4 as 4 times of 1. See, now there is no meaning in writing this 4 as 2 times of 2, right? What is the meaning? Because in the last 2 terms, 2 is not there in both the terms. Third term does not have 2. So there is no meaning in writing the factors of 4 as 2 2s are, right? So many students do that mistake. So keep that in mind. You don't have to factorize this, because what are the numbers in third and fourth terms? It is 1 and 4, right? They can be divided by only 1. Both of them are divisible by 1 only. So we are going to use the table of 1 here. So 4 1s are 4 and 1p is 1 into p as it is. So what is it that I can take common from the first 2 terms? It is p. So if I take p common from the first 2 terms, okay, this 5 remains as it is. If I take p common, what remains inside is p minus 4. And what about the last 2 terms? I can take 1 common. What is the sign? Minus. So what remains is p plus 4. But I have told you the magic. Whatever sign is in the first term, give it in the second term. So it will be p minus 4. So now we have the factors of the numerator, right? P, this 5 as it is, then p minus 4 in the first bracket and p minus 1 in the second bracket. So these are the factors of the numerator. Now we just have to put the values and find the answer. So putting values, we will get the answer. Putting values, oh, it just got a lot more minimized than I thought. Okay. So, yes, friends. So now I am going to put the values. Putting values. Okay. So what was the question? I am am going to put the values here. Okay, so what are the factors of the numerator? P multiplied by P minus 4 and P minus 1. So 5 into P minus 4, P minus 1 are the factors of numerator, and what was the denominator? It is only P minus 1, right? We cannot do anything about this denominator in the question. So P minus 1 gets cancelled, and this is our final answer, friends. 5 into P minus 4. I hope you have understood this question. So friends, this is our next question now, question number 4. As you can see, there is a quadratic in the numerator, so we will have to first solve that. We will have to factorize that. Okay, so we are going to factorize the numerator here. We cannot do anything about that 4yz. So this is z square plus 6z minus 16. What is the first term here? First number 1. So multiply. Now I am going to tell you how to directly write the two factors. Okay, directly we will be writing the two brackets here. Okay, so I am going to tell you now directly how to write. Okay, so z square plus 6y minus 16, multiply the first and last term. But we can remember this one thing, that we can write the direct two brackets only when the z square has coefficient 1. Okay, if it is anything other than 1, if it is 2, 3, 4, any number, then we cannot write the factors directly. Then we have to do all the steps, and then only we will get the two factors. Okay, but if it is 1, and in most of our questions in grade 8 it is 1 only. Okay, so we can directly write if it is 1. So now, what were the steps? We used to multiply the first and last term, right? So we have to do that only. 16 ones are 16. So we have to find the pairs only. Just okay. What is our main pair? So 8 twos are 16, 16 ones are 16, 4 fours are 16. That pair is important to us. If you add or subtract the terms in that pair, we should get the middle term, right? So 8 and 2 will be our answer, because 8 minus 2 will be 6. Forget the other pairs now. Okay, now I told that I am going to write the direct answer here. Okay, so I am going to write z in both the brackets. And what was the rule? There were two rules for giving the sign. The second rule was, if the last term is negative, give the sign of middle term to bigger number only. So we write z plus 8 in one bracket and z minus 2 in another bracket. See, simple. So you can directly do this, and it is 2y multiplied by z plus 8 in the denominator. We cannot do anything about it. So now y gets cancelled, this z plus 8 bracket gets cancelled. Now what remains is 4z into z minus 2 upon 2. I will solve this one also. 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4. So our final answer is, friends, 2z multiplied by z minus 2. I hope now z and 2 are, you can distinguish between them, right? Okay. So we move on to question number 5. 5pq multiplied by p square minus q square divided by 2p multiplied by bracket p plus q. So now, do you remember the formula? If there are two terms, both the squares and negative in between them, then you can use this formula. A square minus b square is a plus b, a minus b. If you have two squares and negative in between them, then add these two terms in one bracket and subtract in other bracket. So if it was p square minus q square in the numerator, then as there are two squares and negative in between them, so you can write them as p plus q in one bracket and p minus q in another bracket. That's it. Now put the values. So now I am going to put the values. So the numerator, this 5pq is going to be as it is. P square minus q square, we have solved it as p plus q, p minus q, and what is in the denominator now? 2p multiplied by p plus q. So now p plus q bracket gets cancelled, 1p gets cancelled, and this is the final answer, friends. 5q into p minus q divided by 2. So friends, now only two questions are remaining. Let's see how to solve them. So friends, now we are on to question number 6. 12xy into 9x square minus 16y square divided by 4xy multiplied by 3x plus 4y. So if you have seen the last question correctly with good concentration, you should be able to solve this one also, right? So what is the numerator here? Numerator is 12xy into 9x square minus 16y square. Again see, you can use this formula a square minus b square as a plus b a minus b. When do we use this formula? When we have two squares and negative in between them. So what we do? We write those terms with positive sign in one bracket and negative in another bracket. So now common mistake which the students make, they will write it as 9x plus 16y in one bracket and 9x minus 16y in another bracket. Many students I have seen do the same mistake. Okay. So this is not our answer. We have to see which terms, the square is of which term. Those terms we have to add and subtract. So first we have to see this 9x square is a square of which term? It is square of 3x. And similarly this 16y square is a square of 4y. Then this 3x and 4y, we have to add them in one bracket, 3x plus 4y, and subtract in another bracket. So these are the factors of our numerator, friends. Now we just have to put the values. Okay, so I am going to put values now, putting values. So let's put the values. So in the numerator, it is 12xy multiplied by 3x plus 4y into 3x minus 4y whole divided by, in all the questions we cannot do anything about the denominator. That is something special. Okay. So it is not that we are not doing anything. We cannot do anything because they have not given any quadratic in the denominator, or they have not given any term with a square minus b square formula which you can use. So we are not doing anything. Okay. Otherwise we would solve denominator also. Now x gets cancelled, y gets cancelled, 3x plus 4y bracket gets cancelled, 4 ones are 4, 4 threes are 12. So this is our final answer, friends, 3 multiplied by 3x minus 4y. So friends, that brings us now to the last question. So the last question, 39y square multiply, is it square or cube? Cube. Okay. I think my number has changed. 39y cube multiplied by 50y square minus 98 all divided by 26y square into 5y plus 7. Okay. So again the numerator we can use the formula again. See, 50y square minus 98. But we will see 50 is not square, 98 is also not square. So then how to solve this? But what we can do, we have solved this type of question, okay, in the exercise. So, but if I can write this as 25 times of 2 with y square as it is, and this is 2 into 49, 98 is 2 into 49. And if I take 2 common, then what will be inside the bracket? It's 39y cube outside already. It will be 25y square minus 49. So it is 39y cube into 2 multiplied by, now I can write this 25y square as 5y whole square minus 7 whole square. So now we can use this formula, a square minus b square is equal to a plus b, a minus b. So now the squares are of 5y and 7. So that means what we will do, we will write 5y and 7, 39y cube into 2 as it is. That 5y and 7 we will write once with positive sign in between them. Oh, what happened with this? and ones with negative sign in between them, 5y minus 7. So these we can 39, we can do 39 times of 2, okay, 78 we can write if we want, okay, but as this is not our final answer, so I have kept it as it is. So now putting values, let's see, only one or two steps are remaining now. So when I put the values of the numerator in its place, so numerator is 39y cube multiplied by 2 multiplied by 5y plus 7 into 5y minus 7 whole divided by, let me just write this properly, okay. Putting values, it is 39y cube multiplied by 2 into 5y plus 7 into 5y minus 7, I think it is a lot better now 7, and divided by 26y square multiplied by 26y square multiplied by 5y plus 7. So now 5y plus 7 bracket gets cancelled. I can divide this 39 and 26 by 13. 13 2s are 26, 13 3s are 39. Now 2 also gets cancelled. Now what remains is y cube in the numerator, y square in the denominator. As there is one y more in the numerator, so I will have y in the numerator, 1y, and this bracket 5y minus 7 as it is, and nothing is left in the denominator. This 3 was also there, I forgot about it. Okay, so this 3 is also there. So 3y multiplied by this 5y minus 7. Okay friends, so this is the last question of this video, and this question also, question number 5 of 14.3. I hope you have understood the questions very easily. If you have any doubts, please go to the comment box. I will definitely reply to all of your comments. And if you have not subscribed yet to the channel, so I request you to please subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon so that you will get the notification when I release my, when I publish my new video, okay. And I am publishing the videos very frequently, so I request you to please subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to share with your friends also. Take care, bye bye, see you in the next video, bye.